Hi, Troy. I'm Kim, Kathy's sister, Jesse's aunt. When Kathy gave Jesse up for adoption, it hurt me a lot. I loved him with all my heart and soul. He was very, very cute when he was little. I used to go and visit her from my foster parents' house when I was about 17, and I'd stay there on the weekends, and I'd sleep in Jesse's room with them. And of course I'd sleep in late, and he got up at 6 or 7 in the morning, and he'd be hitting me in the head with his toys and doing all kinds of things like taking off his diaper and playing with it and getting it all over the walls. And my poor sister was pregnant, and my mother would come and clean up the mess for her. And Jesse was the card. We all loved him, but he did throw a lot of temper tantrums. When my sister told me she was giving him up for adoption, it just about broke me. I told her that she needed to write him a letter so that he could have it someday when he was older, so he'd understand why she gave him up for adoption. And so then I took Jesse to Magic Mountain with Kathy so that they would have a good farewell. And he went on this one ride. He loved this ride, and went around 3 times. He went on it 3 times. It kept going in a circle, and he loved that ride. I'll never forget the look on his face. He just kept wanting to go back on that ride and back on that ride. We had such a good day that day. And then she gave him up for adoption. And my best friend Ann, when her dad found out, he cried about it. My friend Dan, Bill Whitlow, he loved Jesse too. Everybody that knew Jesse loved him because he was so full of energy. He would just make people laugh, and you couldn't help but love him. When the lady told Kathy that she had to give Jesse up for adoption, Kathy didn't want to give her up, but she tricked the lady. The lady tricked her and told her that if she didn't give Jesse up for adoption, that she was going to lose him probably anyways, and Kathy believed her. And so Kathy just went ahead and gave him up for adoption, and we were all very sad about it. She was young and impressionable, and she was devastated by what she did, as you know, because I'm sure you already saw her story. And I was devastated by it as well. But despite it, I went on, and there's a lot of mental illness in my family, and she's worried about that part with Jesse. And I have the illness. I have bipolar disorder, and I have schizoaffective disorder. But despite my illnesses, what I want to tell Jesse is that you can still attain your dreams no matter what happens to you in life. Like, I joined the Navy. I was in the Navy for 4 years. I was a cosmetologist. I got an AA degree in biology with a 3.4 grade point average, and I've done all this since I was already diagnosed. And I was a dental assistant, and I just wrote a book called Kimberly B's Chaotic Poetry and Writing, the Schizophrenic Perspective. And the reason I'm telling Jesse this is because you can attain your dreams, and you have to believe in yourself. And there's people that love him, and I love him, and I want to see him again. And I hope he chooses to see us, because he doesn't know how much he's loved by Kathy and myself, and how much it's hurt Kathy to do what she did. It ruined a lot of people's lives when she gave him up for adoption. And when she was on the streets, that hurt my life a lot too, and her other children as well. And he has brothers and sisters that he can see and maybe maintain a relationship with. We don't know if he has anybody or if he doesn't have anybody, but I just pray and hope that he's okay, and I trust God in regard to everything. And I just want to say that I love him, and I want him to believe in himself, and I want him to love himself first. Because if you can't love yourself first, you can't love anybody else. And then you can go for whatever dreams that God puts in your heart. And that's all I really want to say to you, Jesse, is I really love you. Thank you, Troy. That's all I wanted to say.